Towards the end of 2023 and the beginning of 2024, the word or the concept FCDA approved became very, very popular, and almost every real estate company in Abuja began to use this phrase on their flyers, on their estates, on all of their projects. And the unfortunate thing is that not many persons really truly understand the word or the phrase FCDA approved. As a matter of fact, a lot of persons have been scammed because of this phrase. So in this video, we want to interrogate and look deeply into the actual meaning of this phrase. So in other words, in this video, I want to tell you exactly in practical terms what FCDA approved really means, so that next time you hear the phrase FCDA approved, you will be able to properly understand and look beyond the phrase to understand whether you are investing the right way or not. And this is very important for a lot of persons, particularly for those who are not deep within the Abuja real estate sector or those who are investing from outside. It is my hope and desire that by the end of this particular video, you will truly know what FCDA approved means, so that next time you have the opportunity to invest in real estate in Abuja, you won't be easily deceived or deceived at all by this phrase, and of course the misconception that exists within the Abuja real estate market. And yes, my name is Raymond Ijoma, and I am the lawyer that loves real estate. But if you like the real estate entrepreneur that uses law and real estate as a tool in building wealth for myself and my clients, and I hope that you become my client someday. And the whole idea of all of this is to make sure that our client, our audience, are properly educated and of course taught how to play safe while investing in the Abuja real estate sector and ultimately building wealth through real estate. So do make sure you subscribe to this channel, like this video, turn on the notification so that you don't miss out on the amazing content that we share on this channel. And most importantly, share this with a friend so that everybody is aware and will reduce scam in the Abuja real estate market. So let's get right into the conversation. Now, before I even proceed, I've been getting into trouble because of the kind of videos I do, kind of education and information I put out there. So I try to keep it on the facts so that the issues and then the quarrels reduce. All right, so let's get right into the conversation. What exactly is FCDA? Now, the whole idea of FCDA came in fact, technically speaking, FCDA existed before FCT as a location, because by virtue of the movement of the Federal Capital Territory from Lagos to Abuja, there had to be a body that will put all of that together and of course plan the city, plan Abuja, plan the FCT, and this was the body. And FCDA is simply Federal Capital Development Authority. So by its name, automatically you already know what their job or responsibility is. Formally in 1976, this body came together, and of course, eventually there was the FCT Act, right? The FCT Act, which I will talk about in another video. But this body, the FCDA, right, Federal Capital Development Authority, they have three core assignments, and I like to call it PDA, right? PDA to a normal general person is public display of affection. But PDA in this context is planning, development, and administration. Planning, development, and administration of anything concerning the FCT. So in other words, you can further break down the responsibility of FCDA to land allocation, management, creation of amenities, infrastructure, land reallocation, allocation, resettlement, monitoring, and of course, enforcement of anything regarding the master plan in the FCT. And of course, one important job of FCDA is to enforce, and part of their job is to make sure that everything about the Abuja real estate sector is in line with the master plan. In fact, it is my strongest opinion that the very first real estate company, the very first developer of the FCT, in the word a developer, is FCDA. Right, so this is the very first real estate company as far as Abuja is concerned, because they brought about the architectural master plan of this city and they are the ones developing and enforcing it. Now, in fulfilling their jobs and responsibilities, they work hand in hand with AGIS, Abuja Geographic Information Systems. They also work with Department of Development Control. They also work with FCT, of course. And of course, they work with other agencies. I think I should mention one, Abuja Metropolitan Management Council. All right, AMC, all right. So generally, as far as their jobs are concerned within the city, they work alongside with these agencies to ensure that everything real estate, everything their master plan, everything development in Abuja works in line with the master plan and how it is supposed to be. So let's now dig into the question: what exactly does FCDA approved mean? Now, by practice, in reality, FCDA approved will mean three core things. Number one, that the land was directly allocated or given by the Federal Capital Development Authority. And sometimes these two words can be used hand in hand, that is FCTA. Right, so sometimes it is safe to use FCDA or FCTA as the case may be, depending on the context. All right. Number two, FCDA approved will also mean that whatever you want to develop is in line with the master plan. Anything outside of the master plan is a huge error, and it is only a question of time it will be demolished. It is only a question of time. And of course, I forgot to mention here that the moment it is directly allocated by the FCDA, what you are meant to get is FCDA direct arrow of O or C of O. No, first, it must be arrow of O. It is the arrow of O that gives birth to the C of O. All right. But generally, either of these two documents must be in place for it to also be or pass as FCDA approved. Now, back to this number two. I have talked a whole lot about the master plan, and I think I have overflowed that conversation. But one thing you must take away as addition to this particular conversation is that the master plan is the master plan. I'm going to do a video, and in that video, I will show you how a location which a lot of persons thought was an empty land belonging to someone was actually a road that has been in existence on the master plan, and that road has just been opened up. And if someone or anybody who would have fallen for a scam of selling that particular portion of land, that place, to somebody as a piece of land, automatically, the moment this road was opened up, automatically this place will be demolished, and you start hearing a lot of things about demolition in Abuja. So anything that has to do with FCDA or FCDA approved, it must be in line with the Abuja master plan. And I'm going to say something here that would clear your doubt in the next video I'm going to do. Now, if it is FCDA approved, then it must be in line with the FCDA master plan. So in the spirit of keeping it to the facts, I hope that you understood what I meant by what I just said here. I'll leave it at that, and hopefully in private conversations, I can go into more details. Number three, and the last thing that would naturally communicate whether a product or an estate is FCDA approved is the fact that it has a building approval from the Development Control, which is the Department of Development Control. Now, let me say this. The fact that, for example, an estate was just launched, right? An estate, the moment it's just, for example, it was just purchased and just launched, it cannot have a building approval. And neither can you say that at that point, the property is not FCDA approved. The moment it has number one and number two, it is safe to call it FCDA approved. But that it doesn't have a building approval yet doesn't mean it is not FCDA approved. But the most important thing is to find out if the company is doing that. Now, the time frame of the development also matters. So, for example, if a product is, say, between launched in January and by December, say January 2025, and by December 2025, the building approval is not out, now they have to explain, right? But if the company, right, was forthcoming or does everything they should do at the point of launching the product in January 2025, all things being equal, the approval should at least be out between 6 to 12 months of launching that product, right? So if after 12 months of launching an estate, actively launching an estate, and the building approval is not out, just find out and get clarity. All right. Sometimes it could be in the process, but maybe the final payment has not been made and all of that. But either ways, the point I want to make here is that the fact that the building approval is not out doesn't mean it is not FCDA approved. Now, I'm going to end the conversation here. The next video I have to now do is to answer a direct question, which is the question of whether a regularized or recertified property can pass as an FCDA approved land. This one is quite sensitive and I have to prepare specially for the video. But note, pending when that video is done, note that your indices for determining whether a property is FCDA approved or not is that there is direct, emphasis on the word direct allocation, which would come out in the name of ROFO or CFO, depending on the stage for which you met the property. And the next is that it is in line with the master plan. The master plan is a federal government master plan. And of course, a regional approval, depending on the stage of the project. So until I see you in the next video, play safe and keep investing smartly in a way that helps you to build wealth, sustainable wealth, through real estate. My name is Raymond Ijoma and I am the lawyer that loves real estate. If you like the real estate entrepreneur, there is this law and real estate as a tool in building wealth for myself and my clients. Please be rest assured that we have a lot of valuable information. In fact, this year, there are a whole lot of videos that are lined up that we have to do to educate you as relates to how to play safely and smartly. And of course, understanding investment and finance in a way that helps you to play your numbers right. And of course, invest the right way to build wealth through real estate. Until then, make sure you subscribe to this channel, like this video, drop your comment, and be a part of this family because right here, we are building wealth through real estate the smart way. I'll see you on the next one.